Welcome to this new Addon Spotlight. In this Addon Spotlight we're gonna look at the Eurosec SA342, which has been released already a while ago. But I decided to wait a while to see if it has improved, because this is version 0.3, which means it still is under development, so be aware of that. As with most helicopters, this helicopter also requires AirlandFS as additional add-on. AirlandFS is available as version 1.3 beta, and the nice thing is that if you copy the profile from this helicopter, which is found inside the zip file of this helicopter, and copy it to the profiles directory of AirlandFS, it will load the profile automatically when you're, I'd say, selecting this aircraft, and when I would say you're on the I would say parking spot or wherever you want to take off. So looking at the aircraft itself, if you look from a distance, it looks, I would say, really nice. But if you come closer, you can see that there's still some work to do with the modeling piece. The other thing which looks really sharp is I would say, are the rotors. Probably they're borrowed from another, I would say, helicopter. That's the same thing for the tail rotor, as you can see. That also looks pretty sharp. If we go inside, we can see, I would say, the pilots, but let me look from this side. And you can see a lot of buttons and things which are, I'd say, requiring some, I would say, some more assistance or some more work, I should say. Also the buttons, if we look at the, let's say, main dashboard, it already contains some nice gouges which have been recently updated. That's exactly in this version, or to be honest, in this version. Prior to this version, it was looking like a little bit like this, but now they're looking a little bit more sharp, which is, I would say, okay. Buttons are mainly not working. The only button which works is really the throttle, and there are some other buttons working, but for some reason there's no, I would say, description for those buttons. So that's all some kind of work in progress. So the only way to start the aircraft is by pressing the Ctrl E, or I should say helicopter. I'm continuously saying, I would say, aircraft, but this is a helicopter. So let's push the throttle, and here we go. There's one big warning I want to make, is that you need to be extremely careful with this airport or aircraft or helicopter, come on, helicopter, because if you make, I would say, strange moves, it tends to crash pretty quick. Not sure if I would say, pushing the stick too hard, but it looks like that it's a little bit too sensitive, if you ask me. So be aware of that if you're also trying this aircraft. So here you can see it from this angle and from the back. So you can see it flies pretty nicely, right? So it's pretty realistic also. If we look from the top, you can see that there's some work to do for the rotors, because the rotors are, I would say, circling a little bit weird, and that's also what you see if you're in the cockpit. You will see that it's not, I would say, as fluent as some of the other helicopters which are currently available. But again, we shouldn't complain too much, because it still is version 0.3, right? So there is still some work to do, and I'm 100% sure that the developers are aware of that. So now we're airborne, right? We can make turns easily. Again, don't turn too fast, because that looks like to break the helicopter. So be aware of that. So you can turn, but do it with caution. Also the other side, turning goes nicely. The lights, etc., as you can see, they're not burning yet, right? So the tail lights and I'm not sure if there's a light on the front, to be honest, with this one. It's not working yet, but that will probably be, again, available in one of the versions which is coming up, and that probably is version 0.4 if they, I would say, keep on doing this distance. Currently we're hovering around, right? So we're making some more speed now. So you can see that it's, I'd say, it works. So if you want to try a helicopter and want to try a different one than the already available helicopters, then this is probably one of the helicopters you want to use. but you need to have the correct expectations, right? It's work in progress, not all the things are working. However, you can fly with it and you probably also can land with it. Again, from my perspective, it's too sensitive at this moment. But maybe that's also me because I'm too harsh with the joystick. So let's see if we can make a nice landing on that airport over there. So we need to push back to reduce speed. Because we're still going 100 kilometers. So let's see if we can land on the airport successfully. I doubt, because I think we might need to increase rotor a little bit more. Increase the throttle. Probably it's not a good idea to try to land on the runway. Well, then let's try to land in the grass, right? We're on the taxiway. It was too hard. So you can see we damaged the landing gear. My fault. I should have taken a little bit more caution with this. So here ends this review. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. If you've got questions or comments, then feel free to post them in the comment box below. And you can find the download link for both the helicopter and for AirlandFS in the description of this video. Again, I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching again. And if you want to see more videos, or want to stay up to date about videos I'm posting, then consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.